Okay, so once again, thank you all for joining this meeting. Today we will talk about the inclusion of different target groups in projects and different dissemination channels and activities. And with me, there are some communication specialists and people working in the project management section. And we're gonna have a short discussion just to share our experiences and insights. It would be great if you could share your knowledge briefly, as I mentioned before, and it could be useful for people who are just thinking about writing their first projects or looking for the ways to improve the ideas that we already have. So Giedre, I'm going to address you first. You are a person in the organization who's actually responsible for selecting participants and sending teams to short-term projects. And actually, you communicate directly with youth with different backgrounds. The truth is that today we have a lot of opportunities as young people to join projects, to get involved into different activities. And I wanted to ask you if you could share some ideas. How do you think these Erasmus projects could attract young people? What are the main things that can be attractive and inclusive for them?
Well, it's true. Young people nowadays have quite a lot of opportunities to go to youth exchanges, training courses, and various different projects. So I would say you need to think as a young person. Think about the topic, think about the country, think in a way that would be interested for young people and would be easy to connect with the topic. Also offer some opportunities to have networking for people who are working with youth directly, to get to know colleagues from different countries in Europe, and also to have that knowledge exchange. Also offer various aspects of a culture, because people are really interested these days to get to know the country a little bit more deeper. So I would say these would be like the main things to look for the people to be interested in the project.
And when we think about like basic needs that young people have, and maybe you can share also about this, because you from time to time get the questions, about the participation, some practical ones, some theoretical ones. So if you could say what kind of needs are like the main ones that you face that youngsters are looking for in these projects.
I would say most of them are looking for new opportunities. Besides like getting to know the country and the topic, we're looking some aspects of their career. Maybe we're looking to expand their networks, find people in Europe, get to know the sending organization, get to know the hosting organization, their goals, what are other opportunities we can do, if we can like gain some career skills, if we can develop also an interest for these projects and kind of be a part, not as a participant, but also as some type of organization representative or similar. Maybe also like some educational needs. But in general, I would say as writing a project, you should also include things such as inclusion, like for all of people to think about their needs, like including like disabilities, different like aspects of a person, of course, like respect and some other things. I would say these are really important, like besides having an information about venues, about the ideas, about like the accommodations and all of the other basic needs.
Yes, you mentioned one of the most important things, inclusiveness of these projects. So now I would like to ask Lena, who's working with young people with disabilities. Maybe you could share what are the main challenges in involving participants in these projects.
Well, what I find most difficult in the beginning is to reach out to these people, this group of people, because they are usually much less independent. So it's they are not going to look for opportunities themselves. So it's not like you post on social media and they come. It takes some convincing and it takes some explaining what it is, especially also for their families. As well, it is important to find a suitable project with an interesting topic that is interesting for this person. because very often it can happen that you have a proposal that involves people with disabilities, so people just send youngsters even if the topic is not that interesting to them. Ideally, the partners, they prepare the project going towards the direction that is going to be inclusive projects, and they get to know the people who would be participating in advance, so everything can be organized in this way. And of course, involving youth workers, educators, and the families that are working together with this group. And another challenge that we face, that not every partner is willing to adapt the activities they are doing or the accommodation that they are usually using. When you say we are going to work with this group of people, they might be a bit hesitant, and it not always open because maybe of lack of experience. They say, no, we cannot do it. I think this group is not good for this topic.
Okay, thank you much. Thank you very much for sharing. And maybe you have noticed any value of these people joining the common activities, the value that could be described of their own, or the value for other participants as well.
So definitely raising awareness about and the sensibility about what is disability and destroying the stereotypes. Because unfortunately in Europe, a lot of countries, they still have isolated schools or isolated classes that is just for people with disabilities. And young people, they don't have a chance to communicate or to interact with the diverse group. So once they come to the project and the environment is suitable, they really have a chance to build a friendship, and when they come back they are much more sensible. They have this inclusive approach and a lot of empathy. So as for the projects, it really can lead to a lot of innovation if the partners are open. They have to adapt the activities, adapt the accommodation, and there was a lot of improvisation during the activities. So it really helps the youth workers to grow and to learn new methods to communicate with the people that have limited communication skills or limited motor skills. Talking about participants, there is really countless benefits, because a lot of young people, because maybe of their family economical difficulties, or because of the fear, many people with disabilities don't travel for their free time or holidays, so it might be the only time they are traveling. What is more, it can be like a motivation for the person to, okay, I am going to go to the project, so maybe I could work on this issue I am having. Maybe I have to learn how to handle better the stress, how to be more flexible, and of course the autonomy skills. Because you are leaving your family, maybe for the first time, you are going to live with other people that you've never seen. So usually the people come back with much more independent, and as well, we had stories that people even, it helped them to find a job after participating in the project.
Thank you very much for sharing. It looks really promising, and it shows that sometimes we feel this fear of involving different kind of people into the projects, but it can give a great value for everybody. And now I would like to come back together and ask, what kind of feedback do you get from your teams after projects? What are the main things that you hear from them?
I would say the feedback is, first of all, mostly positive. So I'm very happy to hear that when we come back. And mostly they focus on activities, actually, what activities have been implemented, how we felt during the activities, what kind of activities were, what have we learned, what stuck to them, what we are bringing home, what we would like to try again, what helped them to maybe open up, as Lina mentioned, and also what they gained personally, what kind of skills we tackled, what kind of issues we faced, how we solved it. It's basically like overall of the experience, how we change as a person. And of course, sometimes maybe like pretty photos from activities, from a country, from some sightseeing. But basically, I would sum up all of it. to what we personally gained from the experience and what changed in their lives, their approach, and all of their everyday life after the project.
Thank you. And we are all working in NGO sector, and we know what kind of advantages it gives, but also sometimes we feel that we need some additional support from other institutions, so we can get some, organizational support or support in reaching our target groups. And now I would like to ask Anna, maybe you could provide us some ideas. What are the main advantages of attracting local authorities or other NGOs in the field for implementing different kind of activities and projects?
Sure, thank you very much. I would say that building strong and functioning partnerships is actually key for ensuring the success of projects. And also it is beneficial for all actors involved in the project. First of all, for all NGOs involved in the project is very beneficial in terms of access to resources. As you said, in a project, building a project means building a lot of activities, different activities. So maybe some NGOs are more expert in a specific field, and whereas other NGOs have other expertise to share, and this is very beneficial because it's an exchange of expertise, and it can bring added value to the project and the activities. And also in terms of impact and reach, I would say it is very important to build successful partnerships, because the more partnerships, the wider reach and impact within different communities we can have. For example, if we have a partnership among different European NGOs, this means that different European communities will benefit from the project. And of course, building partnerships means including different perspectives, and this is always enriching, I would say. So yeah, I think this is the main advantage that partnerships can bring to a project.
Thank you. And you said about a lot of advantages. I was wondering if there are any risks that you ever faced or any challenges that could be overcome during the implementation of some initiatives.
Yeah, I would say the main one is communication barriers, since most of the times NGOs and other institutions have very diverse backgrounds. Can be different sometimes to communicate or effectively, or also understand each other effectively. So I think it's very important to establish at the beginning, so the aims and the goals, to try to find a common way to interpret and see the project, how it should be implemented in order to get the communication smooth. And also, I would say it's very important to clarify a division or a definition of roles and tasks as well, in order not to overlap and to give every partner a specific task. So yeah, I think this would be the two main ones. Yes.
Thank you for mentioning communication as one of the key points. Of course, we as representatives of different NGOs, we know how important communication is. At the same time, we know that technologies are changing like rapidly. And now I would like to ask Eduardo if you could name the main channels that you use and that allows you to reach the largest audience at the moment.
Thank you, Greta. And first of all, social network nowadays evolving constantly. For example, there are some refreshing about apps, for example, Instagram, Facebook, and also Twitter. And therefore, there are some usability about promotion and engagement of project about Erasmus+, training course, youth and change. The channels about promoting projects are constantly a lot. For example, Instagram is the most important channel to reach a larger part of young people in the nation and also in over Europe. And if you post something, a real story, a post about a project, or you can change your training course in your page, you can reach a large part of young people. For example, the 20%, 60% of young people from 15 to 13 years old. And also, there is another channel, Facebook. You promote projects about Erasmus Plus project or Erasmus, sorry, European Solidarity Corps in a linear and simple way. There is also TikTok is rapidly and also fast way to promote videos about projects, project done during the year. So if you use IDS social promotion about the project, you can reach a large part of people, young people, using also the say image videos that are popular nowadays all over the world.
Thank you. And staying in this communication topic, I wanted to ask about the impact of social media, because it's very important when you are preparing your project application, and of course, when you are implementing it, it's always important to know what to expect from social media, for example, and how to evaluate that. Maybe you can share some insights regarding this, how to evaluate, how to forecast, how to be realistic, actually, when you plan your activities and look for the best ways to disseminate it.
Well, in my opinion, I think that the impact of the promotion of Erasmus Plus project are enormous. For example, the promotion of the project develop a richer of greater young audience, age 15 to 13 years old. A large part of people from this nation participate a lot on this projects and also develop an European way of life, and they meet people from all over Europe. So it's a way to promote this project, to find the right way to promote this project also is the choice of suitable formats. For example, promote something on Instagram, choose the right video, choose the right music, the images and the video for the reel, also for Facebook or TikTok or Twitter is not a typical app to promote something because there is a limit words to promote, and also you can summary briefly a lot, and also there is a connection. The use of formats of video or photos in Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok develop a connection between young people, and so for this reason there is also another reason, create also events in the nation, in Lithuania, to young people to understand the importance of this project. Because if young people knows the importance of the Erasmus Plus project, the training course, and also the importance of create connection between people from Europe, and also create sort of connection between yourselves and the others. They create a sort of importance about the way of create a building of youngness in Europe in general.
Thank you very much for sharing. I find it very useful, and I think it's useful for everybody who is interested in the projects, and especially in communication, because as you pointed it out well, it's very important to share implemented activities and to make sure that our initiatives reach out the target groups that we want to reach actually. So these were all the questions that I wanted to ask you. We still have some space for sharing. If you want to add something to address some other issues or share some good practices or just some other insights from your perspective, you're more than welcome.
Well, in my honest opinion, the impact of the channels on social group, we can evaluate it with various typologies, choosing the right channel for the target group, the importance of videos. I know before that the importance of channel videos, but also the theme of the project, the item of the project, because if you promote a project about mental health, a lot of people read the info pack, know about the importance of the team and also the participant, and also they enjoy and they engage the project a lot. So the theme of the project, aim of the project, if our mental health, environment, or sport or music, people participate. The young people enjoy and also apply the project and also create an engagement with other people. So it's important. And for this reason, there are also many variables to take into consideration to promote project using, for example, TikTok or Instagram. So social network nowadays is a good way to promote Erasmus Plus project and also create connection with other association, NGO in Lithuania, but also in other Europe, another nation of Europe, to create engagement and also develop projects.
Thank you very much, Eduardo, for adding some more insights that are really useful and again can be adapted to any kind of project that anybody can think of. So regarding this growing youth project, I hope that in the nearest future we can share you the final results that we created, so you also can find it useful and adaptable to your daily activities as well. So thank you very much again, and I hope to see you in our activities as well.
Thank you.